Thank you so much for taking a few moments to open up this video. My name is Germana Rovinelli. I am a mind-body therapist, a clinical hypnotherapist, a licensed practitioner of neurolinguistic programming, an attachment theory integration coach. And attachment theory is what really will tie this education piece together. The workshop training that I am beginning to offer is called Boundaries or Burnout, and it's designed specifically to bring into your workplace education support tools for each of your staff to understand what their needs are on a subconscious level, and if they are actually consciously getting those needs met, or if those needs are not being met. And if the needs are not being met, what happens is we get what we call is burnout, which I think has become the new normal. You know, the new smoking is burnt out. And this training program is designed to last 10 hours and gives your staff tools to understand the subconscious mind, the rules of the subconscious mind, and the programming, how it works, and how it could undermine their ability to actually be healthy, functional, team players in the workforce, because they may not know how to be team players in their own life, because they may be completely disassociated in a heightened state of distress. So part of the training is designed to offer education. What is each particular attachment style, and how to know what each style is, and then also from that space what they need to become securely attached. And securely attached is code for balanced, healthy, boundaried, good communicating, able to show up with a full cup, and able to know, oh, I need to take a little bit of a break. My body's starting to flag. Most of the people that we have in our community are not secure. And this is designed to help our people become secure, to know what their needs are on an unconscious level. When we get our needs met unconsciously, we have more energy, we're more vital, we're happier, we're more cheerful, we're more supportive of one another. Each attachment style has emotional patterns, and those emotional patterns create behaviors, thought patterns, and they actually can really cause a tremendous amount of damage to each person, because they're just constantly unconsciously re-wounding and re-injuring themselves. And this will stop that. We will also teach how to manage their nervous system, and how to balance their nervous system so they can actually feel secure at work, at home, in communication, in conflict, and learn to speak up and have boundaries. Without boundaries, we really are at high risk of being very passive aggressive, very hostile, very disassociative, depressed, and anxious. And without boundaries, what happens is, we get sick, and that's our body's way of saying no. So the tools that are offered are how to manage our emotions, to know when we have something that needs to be addressed, finding out, is this really true, or is this a painful pattern that my subconscious mind is bringing back up to the forefront, and how to regulate it and neutralize it before it becomes a problem. From there, teaching each person how to deal with the root cause of their attachment style challenges. Each attachment style has a number of core wounds, and those will be gently reprogrammed and repatterned. So the person isn't just putting a band-aid on it. We're helping them heal it through their subconscious mind, so it's healed forever. So it's a wonderful investment in your workplace wellness, the mental health of your workers, the emotional health, the physical health. All of those parameters are enhanced and enriched, which will allow you as a community, as a group, to work together in a stronger fashion. From there, then each attachment style has certain boundary styles or boundary challenges, and we'll be teaching each other and learning how to notice what our own boundary challenges are and patterns, and to reprogram what isn't working, and to help each person learn what is good for me. Am I getting my needs met? Is it safe for me to get my needs met? Some attachment styles don't have boundaries because they've been taught if they speak up, they will be hurt, abandoned, abused, and betrayed. Once that's cleared, you're going to get far more productivity out of that worker or your staff because they actually feel safe to be who they really, really are. Each style will be taught how to reprogram and refurbish their needs for boundaries and their fear of having boundaries, and to recondition their boundaries. Again, without boundaries, we become sick. Dr. Gabor Mate has a book called When the Body Says No, and those are all classic cases of people that did not know how to speak up. And because they did not know how to speak up, their body had to get sick for them to say no. And that is very, very common of people who have experienced some kind of an abandonment trauma. What they'll be taught is communication patterns with themselves and their subconscious, with their coworkers, with their friends. And essentially what they'll have is a happier, more balanced, more energetic, more vital, more giving individual because they're not being burnt out by their own thought patterns that are basically like mental junk food that they just keep feeding to themselves. And that person might be anxious, that person might be depressed, that person might be chippy and kind of prickly and never happy. Those are signs of someone who is living in their wounding of their attachment style. And the whole idea is to help them have tools to not live there and to help them remove those painful coping patterns and behaviors that actually hurt them. And that hurt will obviously show up in your workplace environment. Teaching activities and strategies that allow each person to know when they're triggered, if they've been triggered, if they deactivate, and how to bring them back to feeling stable again and being balanced again. And most people don't realize that. I would say about 60% of the population are constantly in a heightened state of fight or flight or fawn. And those are examples of people with an attachment style that has not been healed. The most powerful piece of this programming is it's all designed to bring the person back in touch with the subconscious mind and to recognize that we have programming that is causing illness, that is causing mental health issues, that is causing cognitive issues, that is causing sleeping issues, communication issues, the ability to complete tasks that they're asked to do, and helping them to reprogram that gets those people to become joyful, efficient, confident, and a better part of the team. So the whole idea is to educate, support, provide tools that work to reprogram the subconscious mind, which is responsible for 97% of all of our life experiences and our outcomes. The subconscious starts with belief systems. If I have a belief that I'm a good worker and that I can do it, then I'll have thoughts that go, I'm so excited to be here. Then I'll have emotions that I'm ready to go and I'm juicy. And then the actions will match that. That's an example of someone who has a really, really balanced belief system around their ability to perform. Somebody that's got a core wound may have a belief system that I'm really not that smart. And if anyone finds out, I'm going to be in trouble and I'm going to lose my job and I'm going to be homeless and my partner's going to leave me. And that's just one belief that they can create all of those thoughts. And you heard the bubble of thoughts, and that would create emotions of anxiety, melancholy, depression, and the actions around it would be probably 30% efficient with a lot of distress that person's kind of off-gassing, like that cartoon on Peanuts. There's that little smoke screen around. I think his name was Pigpen. But those thoughts create energy and everyone feeds off of those feelings off of each other. And the whole intention is to help go and clear the belief systems that are causing the thoughts, the emotions, the behavior, and the patterning that isn't helpful. What's in it for the company? Healthier, happier workers that don't get sick, that work together as a team, that can communicate, that can speak up, that can problem solve, that actually show up and keep their word. And if they can't keep their word, they don't just hide behind a computer screen. They're like, I'll need 2 more days to get that complete. So the communication gets cleaner and cleaner, and everyone trusts each other and feels safer. And that allows productivity to go right up through the roof, and far less workplace absenteeism, far less people quitting because they're burning out, because what they're really working against is their limiting beliefs that says, I'm not very good at this, or people won't like me, or I'm not safe. And what I do is I help come in and let them know that that's connected to their attachment style and is part of their programming that isn't their fault. There's no one at fault for that, but giving them tools to begin to reprogram and reprogram and reprogram, so that essentially it's like bringing fresh air into the room where people can actually receive it, and for people to learn how to receive a compliment, how to receive a raise, how to receive feedback without taking it personal. So I'm wanting to thank you for taking a few minutes to listen to this educational information video on boundaries or burnout, and recognize that when we're not feeling well, no matter what, we need to go, what does my body need, and listen. And most people don't do that. Most people are busy thinking. And the information that I'm asking people to gather actually comes from their body, which is their subconscious mind. And there's a deep, deep well of intelligence within their subconscious mind. And when you work with it, instead of just trying to duct tape it, then everybody wins. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day. I look forward to any questions, and I'll sign out.